Hi everybody, it's Sam Carey from the new EdTech classroom. I didn't ever intend to release actual content from my upcoming online course on my YouTube channel, but as I've been putting together materials for it, I started realizing that it would probably be really helpful for people to have a little bit better understanding of what's going to be in the course. And I've also just been getting really excited as I've been putting together all the materials, because I really think it's going to be incredibly helpful for teachers as you're looking into creating a tech integrated classroom for this upcoming school year. So this video is actual course content, just introducing what's going to be in the first section of the course. Hope you enjoy it, and please feel free to ask any questions in the comments if you have them. Welcome everybody. I'm so excited to get started on the first section of the 21st century classroom. This section of the course is going to be dedicated to getting your 21st century classroom up and running. In this section, we'll be taking a look at some of the most important pieces you're going to want to have in place in order to get started integrating technology in a meaningful way. So the focus of this section is really going to be on building the infrastructure for our technology integrated classrooms so that later we're able to build upon that foundation as we develop new skills and bring new techniques into our classroom. In the first module, we're going to focus on getting your learning management system up and running. There are some basic principles that can be applied across all learning management systems that we're going to talk about. And then I have some specific resources depending on which learning management system you are using at your school. In that module, we'll also look at some different strategies you can use to teach students about your learning management system. And then we'll look at some more advanced techniques like setting up a class website for your students. The second module is going to be entirely focused on building your initial suite of technology programs to use with your students. Here we're going to focus on your primary goals and objectives at the beginning of the school year, and then match programs to those goals. In this module, you'll have access to a bunch of different tutorials about these programs in our private YouTube channel. And I've also created student tutorials for each of the programs that I'm going to show you so that you could show those to your students in order to teach them how to use the programs if you wanted. Module 3 is going to be focused on assessing students' foundational technology skills, and then also coming up with a plan for how we're going to make sure that we address those skills with our students. Here I'm going to provide you with a pre-made foundational technology skills assessment that also includes a video tutorial that you could show to your students that explains to them how to take the assessment. And then after you give the assessment, if you determine that students are missing certain foundational technology skills, I've also put together some tutorials that address those skills so that you can play those for your students. The point of this module is to make sure that before we roll out a fully tech integrated classroom, we understand the skill gaps that our students have so that technology use doesn't end up becoming a barrier to learning instead of what it should be, which is something that augments and enhances their learning. Module 4 will be about building those initial connections with families. Here I'll be giving you a survey that you can give to your families in order to better understand their preferred method of communication. And lastly, we'll talk about how you can set up an event with families so that you're also able to teach them the technology skills that they'll need in order to best support their students. In this module, we'll focus on some ways that you can use technology to build out your organization system. We'll look at some different hacks that you can use in order to automate some of your systems. And then I'll also be teaching you about some of the organizational systems that I use in order to make sure that I know where all of my assignments are and that students know where they are, and that I'm also able to find work from previous years as well. Module 6 of this section will be dedicated to tech-infused beginning of year activities that you can do with your students. Here I'll be giving you some different ideas about some fun community building activities that you can do with technology. And the purpose of those is for students to get to know each other a little bit better, for them to have fun using some of these programs, and also as a way for you to informally assess their technology skills. So obviously this section is jam-packed with a lot of material, and don't feel as though you necessarily have to digest it all at once. My intention is just to give you all the tools and resources that you would need in order to get yourself started so that you've built a strong foundation to build your tech integrated 21st century classroom. I can't wait to see you there.